In this series of videos, we're going to be learning how to make major scales on notes other than C. Now, we intuitively understand that all major scales don't start and end on C. In fact, if you go to the piano keyboard and pick a note at random, you can sing a major scale from that note without even thinking about it. For instance, I could pick D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could even pick one of the black keys on the keyboard, like B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's effortless. Our voices and our ears do all the work for us. But when we're playing a major scale on an instrument or when we're trying to write a major scale out on a staff, we have to be a little bit more precise and a little bit more aware of what we're doing. So that's what we're going to be exploring in this series of videos, how we actually do that. I want to start by trying to make a major scale on G. And I want us, as we start out, to be as guided by our ear alone as possible. Now, I'm going to start by writing a G. I'm going to start on the G above middle C. So I'm going to write a G, or a note head right on my G line there on the treble clef. And then I'm going to end one octave above that on the G that is on the space above the treble clef staff right there. So I have my beginning note, I have my ending note, or I have my scale degree 1 and my scale degree 8. Now I know that I'm going to fill in each line and each space between the bottom G and the top G. Or another way of saying that is I know I'm going to have one G, I'm going to have one A, one B, one C, one D, one E, one F, and then I'm going to come back to G at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the A space, the B line, the G space, the C space, the D line, the E space, the F line, and then I've got my G up on top. Now, as we go through this process, we may discover some of these are sharps, some of these are flats. We don't know that yet, but we know at least there will be one letter named G, one A, one B, one C, one D, one E, one F. So let's play what we've got and see if that's close to a G major scale or if it's far away. Let's see what this is. That actually sounds pretty close to a G major scale. There's one note that's off, though. Our ear tells us that there's one note that isn't quite right. Do you hear it? It's the second to last note. Bum, 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 bum is the note we want, and this is the note we have. So we want bum, but we have that note. So what do we have to do? That is the second to last note. That's the F right here. Well, again, let's actually use trial and error to see if we can figure this out. What if we move this note a half step down from F to F flat? Let's see what that sounds like. That's funny. There's a repeated note in there. Why is there a repeated note? Well, because F flat, here's F, here's F flat. F flat looks just like an E on the keyboard. So when I'm playing this scale up, I play the E twice, and then I skip to the G. So that's not the right answer. Let's go in the opposite direction. What happens if we move that note up by one half step? So we're going to make that F into an F sharp. There we go. Let's see what happens now. So here's the G major scale with the F sharp. And that sounds exactly right. So our ear is giving us the answer, but in the next video, let's investigate this a little bit closer and see if we can understand why this is happening.